Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Random Neighborhood Kid.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And I had a little bit of Drambuie, and he had a little bit of grape Kool-Aid. And that's how we roll over here. Mr. Magazine is not with us today, as you see. We've got Random Neighborhood Kid standing in, so thank you very much.
Yep.
And he's going to be sitting in the Mr. Magazine chair saying hello to everybody.
Yep. All righty. So we got Michael Genova in the house.
And he came early.
Yep, 23 hours early, precisely. See the lights in the house. Michael Sanborn, S. Berg, Antiquarian Bookman in the house. Paper Time Machine, Kelly.
Oh,
Paul
thank
Beagle.
you for that hair. No Aquanet at
Michelle.
all. That was just the way my hair was back in the day, and I had him do the fade on the sides.
Mike said, "Hey, Big Money, what's going on? Oh, Little Money."
Nice.
Yep. In the house. Who do we got?
Yeah, look at that haircut. Yeah, Kelly loves the haircut.
Thank you.
And we come to a quiz. Might be, did they have color photography back then? No, I'm not that old. And a couple other people. You
Artie
say
Mike,
yep.
howdy, how's it going? The Art of Flipping, hello.
You say hi to
Jeff Norton,
Mike.
good evening.
Radio Parts, Mike Petraglia.
Yep, that's hi. Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. So today's going to be an interesting show because we don't have Mr. Magazine with us, but Random Neighborhood Kid will fill in well. So Mr. Magazine did talk to me a little bit about sales, and he said sales are bad. His website is doing absolutely terrible. The DVD movies, the adult movies are selling fine. eBay and Amazon orders are down. That's his report. Want to hear how everybody else's report are, how your sales are doing? I heard they're not doing so well out there in general. I actually had a good day today, had a decent day yesterday. My sales aren't doing too bad. I checked back in my records, and historically now is a tough time of year. It gets slow about 2 weeks ago, and it stays slow right through the summer for whatever reason. And this is also spring break week, Easter this weekend, and all that. So it is a slower week, and I'm actually having okay sales, so I cannot complain about that. Anybody else telling their sales?
We got Joe, Dawn's in the house, Amazon Seller 99, Memphis Blazer. He's not random at all.
That's very true. Thank you, Memphis Blazer. Very true.
See the lights. Does R&K know the main topic of today?
No, we do the great reveal. We never know the main topic. It's the fun.
Michael says sales are a little bit slow today, but overall I can't complain.
That's good.
Michelle says not too bad. That's with a whole lot of work going into it. Nova's sales tanked Monday to Tuesday.
Okay.
Michael, first time in a long time I didn't have a single sale on eBay yesterday.
Ooh.
Better today.
Ooh.
That ain't good. Jackie Jack in the house. Good evening.
Good evening. Yep. And then about buys, Mr. Magazine, believe it or not, since he is down in Myrtle Beach, has purchased nothing. No buys at all from Mr. Magazine. That's got to be a record.
What's he doing in Myrtle Beach?
He's vacay.
Really?
Yeah, living at large down in Myrtle Beach.
Wow.
He's got at least two great rambling stories of the week he's coming back with. He kind of told me a little bit about one of them, and I said, don't tell me anymore. It's on the show next week. So definitely tune on in. Going to be fun little rambling stories of the week next week.
Very nice.
Terrible sales. Ooh, a few days without a sale. That's not good at all. Jeez. Down this week about 30%. Woo. Ouch. Yeah, my actually I mentioned last week on the show that my Amazon sales were not doing very well. And I'm set up to get payments every 2 weeks. And it actually was the lowest payment that I have gotten in years. And I took a look at the numbers, and they were absolutely terrible numbers too. So it was the worst 2 week period I've had in a long, long time. So Amazon's not doing too well there. Promoted listings report, 28 out of 50 were promoted. So 56% promoted over the last week where I had to pay the fees. So sure enough, as we all predicted, it's costing us more money with their recent change. They're just, the money grab is working, and it's picking my pocket. And the offers report had 158 offers I got to make during the week, which is down a little bit from the prior week. We've been about 180, 170. It was down to 158. 40 of them were old, so about a quarter of the items were old, so they are pushing the newer stuff in search. people are finding the newer
You
stuff.
got Chucky from his mansion in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice. There he is.
Memphis, my sales have been steady, no complaints.
On vacation with the
Jack.
family in the mountains. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. No rest for the weary. No vacations for Paper Guy. And give me credit for item of the week. Yeah, I will. 52-week contract. Nice. Nice. Some point that damn thing's going to be in a public domain, Local Mike. Couple of, the excuse of the week, of course, this one is nice and easy. You got the Final Four. You had weather all across America. You have spring break. And I actually did reach out to Dawn to warn her that there was a chance we might not be on today, but we were able to make it. Thunderstorm warnings. You drove in that, didn't you, today, Mr. Magazine? You had a neighborhood kid. You drove in that, didn't you?
No, it wasn't bad.
That wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't bad. Yeah. But it was really bad, like around like 2:00 today, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the roofers tore down the roof today.
Oh.
Yeah. What a bad day to do it.
Oh, they should have just waited and let Mother Nature do it for them.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So if we get kicked off the air, it's either the Soviets or it's the weather, one or the other. I had a couple of buys this past week. I went to a estate sale with comic books. Now, there was one good comic book picture, but I didn't go until the last day, so I knew that would be gone, and sure enough, it was gone. Mostly, they had 1970s funny animal comics. It was half price day. What they were asking on these comics was $5 a comic. So at half price, you're at $2.50. Absolutely no way I could even come close to making money at that. And that was such a high price that there's no way that I can make a deal, because if I said to them, look, I'm paying $0.25 a piece, they're never going to take that, which is about what I'd have to pay to make money. I did cherry pick a few items out of there, including the item of the week, which I'll be showing you a little bit later. But that was that. And then I had one other buy this week. A dealer gave me a call and said, hey, I got a guy by my house that brought stuff by. I'm not interested. I'm sending them your way. I said, oh, okay. Walk outside 10 minutes later. Guy shows up, shows me a couple of boxes of stuff, worked out a price. I brought it in. A couple of decent items in there, but can't argue with that when you're shopping from your living room. Cannot argue with that. A few more people over there.
Yep.
Okay.
Barbers in the house or eBay sales are steady.
Oh, a daily listing. Yeah.
Very nice. Chucky's at Topgolf. Eating caviar.
Caviar, of course he is.
Yep.
And there's nothing like it's almost as good as gas station sushi is putt golf caviar.
Yeah.
It's well known out there.
Mr. Magazine's basement is definitely flooded.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw some of his collectibles floating by outside, but it'll be a great rambling story of the week in a couple of weeks, so that'll be fun.
To our left alone unsupervised, please leave the stream up all night so we can have first-person viewing of when the cops and fire department raid the house later.
We do have Rice-A-Roni in right now.
Yeah, but it's locked up in a safe, though, so I can't get to it.
We got the Rice-A-Roni in 3 hours with half a cup of water. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to head on into, not to touch the microwave anymore, exactly. We're going to head on into Glitch of the Week. We got a few of them today. Let's see if I can find this one really quickly over here. Well, I guess I can't find it really quickly. But it was here it is. What does that say right there, Random Neighborhood Kid?
This is not available.
Exactly. So they have the ISBN on Amazon for an item. And literally the listing says this is not available. That's the entire listing. Doesn't tell you what it is other than the ISBN number. The title of it is "This is not available" with no picture. So good to see Amazon is right on top of their catalog. Mr. Magazine did send me a screenshot or an email. Somebody sent him a screenshot. Buyer was having difficulty making an offer on an item. And they said, I can click on everything except to make an offer. And the make an offer was right there, but they couldn't click on it. For some reason or other, that was disabled. No idea at all why. Couple of other things over here. I know this has happened in the past, and it's happened to Mr. Magazine a number of times in the past as well. An order came through on Amazon on I think it was Saturday morning. I had to have it shipped out by Saturday night or it was late. So literally very, very late orders coming through on Amazon. I know that does happen regularly to people, and there's really no rhyme or reason when it happens. I got some emails over on million.dollar.peddlers. It says that I got paid shipping of $1, which is my handling charge. But then when you click on the item itself, they paid full shipping. So I don't know what's going on that, but it is a glitch. Don't panic if your email says that the shipping is wrong. It may not actually be wrong. eBay phone app keeps listing wrong shipping dates. Yep. And I actually read something about that over on e-commerce bites. People were getting dinged from eBay on it for not shipping timely on things, even though they were shipping timely. The apps were all, the numbers were all messed up, and they were getting hammered with that over there. eBay search. I had 6 items up in a search. I clicked the search on the highest first because, I mean, granted, I could go through 6 items, but I didn't feel like doing it. I want to see what the most expensive one is. I clicked on highest price. It said there are no items that meet your criteria. I said, what? So I clicked back. There's 6 items there. I did a search again, 6 items. I click again to sort. There are no items that meet your criteria. That sounds like a programming issue, does it not, Random Neighborhood Kid?
It does.
It certainly does. Not good at all. And then I tried to buy some coffee on eBay. It gave me an error. It said, buy again. There's an error, but then it wasn't in the cart. Then the next day I got a thing saying it was stranded at checkout. Well, I'm not rebuying that. I'm not going to, because I found somebody else that had coffee. So somebody or other lost the sale because of a issue with checkout over on eBay as well. I'm seeing the same thing in my app. I just ignore and follow the computer data. Yep. Checked in 3 different post offices Monday. Could be spring break, but all 3 were dead. No lines. Oh, wow. Clerks were talking to each other. Wow. As long as the bosses didn't come in at that time, then they'd lay everybody off. Yeah, I don't quite have the hair anymore to carry that hairdo off anymore. Did sell only 1 item on Etsy. Etsy has died this past week, but I did sell 4 items over on million.dollar.peddlers over on eBay. So for some reason, the one site's going well and everything else is dead. Can't argue with that at all. Did just get an email right before I went on air from Amazon for a bunch of post office charges. Post office is charging me more money on a whole bunch of orders. And then I took a look at them. It looked like what had happened is Amazon had charged me $3.49 for media mail back in January. And apparently they didn't change, either they didn't change the postage soon enough, or somewhere throughout the system it got found and they charged me, because the post office charged me $3.65. And I noticed every single change was because of a change in postage costs. So it used to be if you printed the label and got it in the system in time, you didn't have any problems. For some reason or other, this last time, I just got hit with a whole bunch of charges. Not that it added up to much, but still. My seller hub has been telling me I have orders waiting to ship after I've cleared it out. One thing on that, if there are multiple orders to the same person and you put in the tracking number, I've been still having the error where it takes a long time for eBay to realize you put in a tracking number, and it'll keep showing up that you have to ship it, you have to ship it, you have to ship it. So if somebody bought 3 items, 3 separate items from me, and you ship them all together and put the same tracking number in, the one that you bought the postage on will disappear immediately. The other 2 will sit there for a while, and eventually they'll disappear. You'll click on them and they'll show that there's tracking in there, but it'll still show awaiting shipment. So that might be what's going on that. Has been producing crazy results since at least New Year's. I can't calculate sell-through rates at all. Neither could any investors who are interested. Well, hey, now, that just conveniently on that over there. Couple of other things over here, some site changes. Mr. Magazine got an email that one of his buyers was trying to buy an item, and eBay wanted his credit card info in and full payment would be charged. So I know they're talking about rolling out the automatic payment, and apparently they're rolled it out at least on one of Mr. Magazine's listings. And that isn't something rather that I want to opt in for. Obviously, I definitely would. I don't want that. I'd rather not have it, I guess, is what it comes down to. And I know they were talking about potentially having an opt out on that at some point. But yeah, Mr. Magazine did have a buyer that had to do that. You just mark the others as shipped and they all go away and start the process. Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't know that. You happen to notice Poshmark is now doing live selling from your closet, like a FaceTime selling. Interesting. Wonder if eBay may try the same. eBay does have the live selling, but it's, I'm going to say it's in beta. Only very, very select few have been called into it and been allowed to do it. And I did notice that Whatnot has a thing over there where you can, and I don't sell on Poshmark, but I guess you can import listings into Whatnot from Poshmark. And I guess you can do sales that way as well. I'm sure they will go that way. I think they're probably watching what's going on with Whatnot and trying to figure out the best way to do it. But yes, I do think that's coming to eBay at some point for sure. Definitely. Drop down arrow where you would add the tracking for scroll down and mark to shipped. Okay. Yep. I don't do it that way and it does disappear. It just takes half an hour to disappear, which I don't have OCD, but we'll say I have OCD. It does drive me crazy when I keep going in and it says awaiting shipment.
Nick is in the house.
Oh, thank you. Couple of other quick things. I got another site change you have over there when you're printing postage. I don't know if everybody noticed this or not, but it asks a rather personal question, Random Neighborhood Kid. I'm glad you're just like Mr. Magazine. You're paying about as much attention as he does during a show. They ask you a very personal question when you're printing labels over on eBay.
Okay.
It says, "Is your package size correct?"
Whoa.
Now, I keep the house cold. That's my excuse.
What is correct?
In other words, what they're saying is if it's 9 ounces, 9.2 ounces, did you put in 10 ounces? Did you put it in the right size? I guess they're warning you because the post office can upcharge
fraud
you.
or whatever.
They can upcharge you and you get additional charges and all that. So they must be working hand in hand. But just the way they put it, is your package size correct? It's a rather personal question.
I don't know.
And then a whole bunch of changes over on Whatnot. I did get the email and I did a quick look through it. The main change seems to be that they're making it so that you can do a lot more stuff on the computer instead of everything being on the phone. They've got a seller dashboard over there. You can change listings and all that kind of stuff over on the computer itself, which I think is a good thing because I'm old and like the computer more. Got a couple of more people over there.
Yep.
Yesterday I had 16 orders, single items, different buyers, paid and uploaded tracking and all, but it keeps reverting back 7 awaiting shipping. 20 minutes to clear it up. Okay, yep. And I think about a half an hour was about what I found on mine. Mr. Magazine had another little bit of a problem over here. I'm going to have Random Neighborhood could read this. What did Mr. Magazine sell?
Man of the House Laserdisc, not a DVD.
Okay, so he sold a Man of the House Laserdisc, not a DVD. I'm like Ed McMahon right now.
In parentheses, not a DVD.
Right. And the buyer contacted Amazon, who then reached out to Mr. Magazine. What is it? The item has arrived, but it was Laserdisc rather than a DVD.
Huh.
So the person bought the Man of the House Laserdisc, not a DVD, and then got upset because they didn't get a DVD.
Wow. Guy's really smart.
He's something. He got his money back and got to keep the Laserdisc, not a DVD. So who's the fool?
Yeah, bro.
A couple of other things going on over there. Yep.
Don's laughing at your package size. Okay.
Exactly.
Way up, like most guys do.
I measure for my feet. Anywho, what are you laughing about? You're not even supposed to know what that's about. We'll head on into the insulting offer of the week. Got a whole bunch of them today. Ralphie the Band Hammer is in full effect this week. And with Mr. Magazine gone, I picked up the pace for sure. So I had a co-ed magazine, which I'm asking $24 to $28 a magazine. Guy offers me on 3 of them. So I'm asking $75 on the 3 of them, let's say. Guy offers me $6.50 an issue. So 19, you're just laughing about measuring my feet, huh? Jeez. So the guy offers me $19.50 on $75 worth of magazines with free shipping. And I'd have to send him. Jeez Louise. We're not doing our blooper show right now. I banhammered that gentleman. Got a couple more people over there while we're heading into more over here. Fight all up charges. They run packages through and pile up because higher weights. I did try to fight one up charge, and they were reviewing it 2.5 years ago, and they've not gotten back to me yet. But they're obviously doing a very, very good review. I don't know. I've got a lot this week. Yours burning around 334. Chris and Jesse of Funky Town Comics and Vinyl. Oh, very good. Yep. They were not burning, but yes, I know them. I've seen them at the Rochester Comic Show. They've set up over here before. Had a $74 National Sportsman magazine, August 1910. I wanted $74. They offered me 20. Exactly. I didn't take that, by the way. Had a 1837 hardcover book, True Messiah, $149. Free shipping. I got offered $40. Yeah, from an 1837 book. Then I had an 1821 English Reader, $35 free shipping, $5 offer from a 1821 book with free shipping. The shipping alone and packing materials and fees are going to cost me more than $5. So they essentially wanted me to lose money to send them a book. Would that be good business? No, it would not be good business at all. Mr. Magazine did get into it a couple of times. He had a football magazine from 1965, an annual, $25. He got a $1 offer on it.
Not bad.
No. I'm sure he paid well more than $1 than that. He had issue 10 of Playboy, CGC 92, $908. Guy offered $150 on it. They were just coming. They were out in force. Spring break, they were crazy low offers. $28 Cycle Sport magazine. Got a $5 offer on that, which is less than shipping because I have free shipping. Subscriber reached out to me, $125 photo. They got a $2 offer. Oh. It was just crazy on over there.
So are these bots going through and lowballing people, or?
We never thought about that. I don't know who they are. Somebody could have programmed
it doesn't really cost anything to make an offer.
No, it's free to make offers. Yeah,
and you could easily make bots on eBay. So, right? I don't know.
Maybe, who knows? I never thought about that before. Yeah.
No.
Where's Huddle's Hanna-Barbera coloring book? $34. Got a $10 offer. 5 minutes straight as your ducky from Pretty in Pink photo. You were quite the stylish cat in the 80s, huh? John Hughes would have loved you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I had the hair going up. It was nice. Then I had Florida Grower magazines, $34 each. Guy offered me $5 each on 3 of them. So I wanted, what's 34 times 3 is $102, right? Just say yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And he offered me $15 on that. So that's a wonderful deal. And then Cooking for Two, a handbook for young housekeepers, $75 I wanted on it. He offered me $5. So I could have made a lot more sales this week. And then there's one last offer I wanted to share with you. This is the new segment, the Why Bother offer of the week. I had Slade. Do you know Slade?
No.
They were a band. I believe they actually did the first version of Come On, Feel the Noise. They did See Chameleon Lying There in the Sun. I better stop now.
You don't have to sing it.
Well, we'll get kicked off because it's copyright infringement right there. I was asking $50.62 Australian. So 50.62. A guy made me a $50 Australian offer. So he saved 62 Australian cents by making me the offer. I did accept that one.
That's good.
Yeah. Hey, he saved 62 cents. So
yeah.
Over there. So crazy week for low offers. Yeah. Now we're going to head on into From Loco Mike.
Todd said, hit the like button.
There you go.
And give RK some react
time.
What's that?
I don't know.
All right.
Just give it to him.
All right. Give it to me.
A whole week of insane offers over there. Now the item of the week. So I was, and thanks to Local Mike, I was at the sale with the comic books. and I found 10 comic books at $5 a piece. So half price was $2.50 a piece. They were storing those for me up at the counter, and I walked around, and they had an area where they said visors, $2 a piece, half price day, so $1 a piece visors, but they also had some baseball caps and that stuff in there. So I knew enough to say, oh, let me look through there. And this was in there for $1. Canon TOS Rebel hat. No big deal. It's, snapback, all that kind of stuff. I kind of looked at it. And then I looked over here on the brim. And I don't know how well that's going to show up right there. But what is that, random neighborhood kid?
It's cursive or signature.
Yes, indeed it is a cursive signature. Can you read that?
It says Bill?
Bobby? Exactly.
Bobby Ale.
Allison. Yep.
Allison.
So a Bobby Allison signed item right there.
It's only got half his name though.
That's a signature.
Where's the Allison?
Right there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a signature. So a Bobby Allison signed item right there for $1. And I said, oh, that looks like Bobby Allison's signature. Let me snag that. So I grabbed it. And then up in the front part of the house, there were a whole bunch of NASCAR items. And I said, oh, that definitely is legitimate. There's no doubt at all about it. It makes total sense. It's going to be here. The guy was a NASCAR fan. So I go up to the counter and I go, oh, I got this. And they go, oh, you can have that for free. Exactly. So a Bobby Allison signed thing for free is not a bad deal whatsoever. Believe it or not, he's still alive, and he was born in 1937, if I remember my research properly.
Oh,
yeah, he's a little bit old.
You guys go to high school, the guy?
Anyway. Leave the bad jokes for Mr. Magazine. Jeez, it was something about that chair. I don't know what it
is an allergy relief.
Oh, because you get the sniffles today.
I'm trying to sniffle away from the microphone. So, doing my best.
But yeah, so that's in there. But always take a look through. You never know where something or other might be signed that you just had no idea was signed. So can't argue with that. And that's the item of the week. We're going to head on into some customer issues. We're flying today.
Yep.
Ouch. This has always been a pet peeve of mine. You know what a pet peeve is?
Something that annoys you.
That is true. Guy buys an old book for me for $20 with free shipping. Now I wanted 32 on it. He offers 20. I looked at it and I said, yeah, you know something, I'll take that. I could use the sale. And it was an old English book from not the alcohol, not the malt liquor. It was an old English book. And so I took the offer on it. And then right after the guy pays, he makes a whole little note in there. Please ship this in a box. Feedback will be left commiserate with the condition the book arrives in. I've been upset at the cavalier method by which some people have shipped eBay sellers have shipped items recently. And I'm like, really? So I wrote an entire paragraph back to the gentleman. And then finally I just deleted it and didn't send it. Didn't send the email to him. I just sent the item out and then I banned him. It's one of those deals that I absolutely would not have accepted the offer had he told me right from the start that I want box shipping, because that cuts into my profits too much. And, he's a book dealer, and I know that because he's got, ABBA and ILLA and all those different initials after his name. But he won't be buying from me in the future because I have blocked him because, again, if you want box shipping, I have no problem with it. Reach out to me in advance. Say, I'd like to have it shipped this way. And then I'll sit there and I'll say, okay, I can't take 20 on it. I can take 24 on it. And we're all happy. But to make me a lowball offer that I did accept, and then afterwards say, I'm going to leave you bad feedback if it doesn't come in a box, essentially, which I realize could be feedback extortion. I said, I don't want to go down that whole route. I'll just send it to him and I'll block him. So my dad raced with, wow. That's awesome. Your dad raced with Bobby Allison before he came big, and Bobby Allison's big. So your dad, wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. Do you know what a pet rock is?
No.
It was all the rage when I was a kid, 1970s. It was a box that had, if I remember right, a little bit of straw in it and a rock. And the box had a bunch of holes in it, and you were buying a pet rock.
Do you have one?
My mom thought it was stupid.
Oh, really?
So she wouldn't buy us a pet rock.
You're probably like $20 too.
Probably $10 back then or $8, which would have been $20 nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sold millions of those. And actually, if you do, now they did remake them, but if you find an original in box, they do sell. So there you go. A little bonus bolo with that question. Thank you. I hate when people expect you to change your entire shipping process after they commit. Yeah, exactly. And that's what bothers me. Again, I don't have a problem if you reach out to me and you say, I need this expedited. Can you do priority? I need this. I need that. Yeah, no problem at all. But don't buy the item and then afterwards say, oh, I need it by Saturday. Well, I'm not set up for that. A guy bought 20 oh, this is a great one. The guy bought 20 magazines from Mr. Magazine, roughly $10 a piece. So he spent $200 plus shipping. Gets them, complains to Mr. Magazine that a couple of the two magazines, these are not the condition that was advertised. This has this problem. This has this problem. What can we do about this? So Mr. Magazine says, I can give you 50% back. Okay, sounds good. So we refunded the guy. Actually refunded him about 60% because it was I just said, something, I don't feel like figuring it right now. It was like $10.24. I said, something, I'll give him $6 back and whatever. So I gave him back like 60%. He got all mad at Mr. Magazine because he thought he was getting 50% back on the entire order because 2 magazines out of 20 were bad. And so, Mr. Magazine's like, what are you talking about? 2 magazines were bad. And the guy's like, well, other magazines were bad too, but I just told you the 2 worst ones out of it. And so I told Mr. Magazine, just tell the guy to send him back for a full refund. And they're going back and forth on that right now. But 50% refund, you'd be paying $5 a magazine on that. So I also banned the gentleman because that's not somebody that I want to do business with on that. Mr. Magazine had 75 Buffalo Bison's oversized promo photo cards. Do you know who the Buffalo Bisons are?
Football team.
Baseball team, exactly. Minor league baseball team. He had 75 oversized promo photo cards pictured. There were 4 players. And so a stack of each of the 4 players. Gentleman emails them and says, is it just Tim Laker? You don't see the other 3 piles of cards? Kind of crazy with people. Then a guy bought some shoes off Mr. Magazine, buys 2 pair of shoes, like Nike shoes, thinks there's free shipping on them. Then he only wants 1. Then he says the price is wrong on it. Then he never ends up paying. So then Mr. Magazine finally got sick of the back and forth because the guy can't figure out what he wants. So he said, hey, can you ban this gentleman? So I banned the gentleman. We used Ralphie the ban hammer on him, no problem. Then all of a sudden we couldn't cancel the order because I guess when you ban somebody, you can no longer cancel an order. So I don't know if I got to look into whether it actually canceled when we banned him or if it just kind of ended up in a limbo area. I have to see if it relisted or not because I don't know.
Let's catch up here. Mood rings were big at the time.
Oh yeah, you know what those are?
Yeah.
Oh,
they just
they redid them.
They change colors, right, on your finger.
Yep.
But don't they just react to heat, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
or UV or whatever it is?
1980s, they had, what was that? Somebody out there help me. Hyper colors or something like that. They were shirts that would change colors based on heat as well. So the whole shirt would do it.
Oh, yeah.
Only problem was you can only wash them a few times and then it got ruined. You're probably supposed to hand wash them, I guess.
Whatever material things in there.
Yeah.
Complex. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Pet rocks were $5.99 here.
$5.99. Okay. So $6. So yeah, probably be $15, $18 nowadays. Yeah. There you go.
Nice. Yeah. Pressure. Yeah.
No gruel for you. Couple of other things over here. I had some Syracuse area play programs from the 1910s. A couple of the different playhouses around there. I had those up, and a gentleman reached out to me and said, and I don't remember who it was. Jeff would know. It was a car dealer from that area, and he goes, "Oh, they used to advertise in there, and they put different ads in every week, and I collect those ads. Can you picture the ads?" And I'm like, "Well, geez, it's such an obscure thing. Yeah, I guess I can do it." And the guy wanted like 12 different pictures, so I found them. I put all the pictures up on every single thing. He never ended up buying anything. And those are the people that ruin it for everybody, because I probably spent 20 minutes, at least maybe half an hour, finding every single one, scanning an extra picture of every single one, adding it to every single listing. and then for the gentleman to buy none of them. And I don't believe that all 12 of them were all ads that he already had. It's just one of those, it bothers me. Gets my dander up, as they say, because of that. Mr. Magazine is on a business trip to provide some personal customer service. So there you go. Exactly. Damn expensive as well. Yeah, I had one, and I thought it was the coolest thing, but like I said, it ran out over time. A couple of other interesting things over here. A buddy of mine has quit his full-time job, Random Neighborhood Kid.
To resell?
To resell.
Wow.
Yep. He had done that in the past, and he got sick of the corporate grind, and he quit his job, and now he's reselling full-time. And he sends me emails pretty much every day or two telling me, gee, I sold 2 items overnight. Gee, I sold 1 item yesterday. So not quite doing so well right now, but I'm sure it'll turn around for him because he's been doing it on and off for years. So he knows what he's doing over there. Another interesting thing that I should say for next week, but I'll talk about it anyway. Beckett has changed wanted to change their grading. Anybody that doesn't know, Beckett is a baseball card grading service, and they offer 4-point grading: the surface of the card, the corners of the card, the centering of the card, and I don't know, color of the card or something else. I don't know. On a scale up to 10. And they've always said that they're 9.5. If you get a 9.5 on all 4 of those, you have a 9.5, it's equivalent to a 10 for the other grading companies. And they've said that forever, and the buyers don't believe them. And so a PSA 10 goes for a premium over a Beckett 9.5, even though Beckett says they're the same. So Beckett decided they were going to change their grading program. And if you had a 9.5 and it had like 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 10, then you would get a 10. If it had 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, you would get a 9.5. And people were all up in arms over it because it was costing them a fair amount of money, because obviously if your card went from a 9.5 that was equivalent to a 10 to a 9.5 that's not a 10, you lose money. Mm-hmm. So they rolled that back, but they're going to be changing things, and people are all upset over that. Oh, all right. Yep, no problem at all, Jeff. Yep. Couple of other things there. Jerusalem Mediterranean
Gay dolphin
gift shop, and we spend Christmas. Oh, there you go. An Autotopia driver's license from Disneyland signed by Walt Disney from the first year of Disney being open. So it's like a little driver's license thing to use on the ride. Went for $12,500 at auction.
Walt Disney, huh?
Yeah, Walt Disney.
Did you know that he's Frozen?
I do know that.
And there's a conspiracy that they made Frozen after him. So when you Google Frozen, Disney Frozen, the movie comes up instead of him being Frozen.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not know that. See,
I believe it.
You learn new things in the show all the time. Offering a cheap game from China but using a U.S. account. Not sure I want to go through a headache of return a $10 game. Yeah, I would not accept it. Definitely would not accept it. It's not worth it for that over there. I absolutely agree with you. Amazon was on a minor rampage this last week. They kicked off a February 1974 Playboy. Got ended on Amazon for a restricted product. Now, January 1974, perfectly fine. March 1974, perfectly fine. February 1974, oh no, that's restricted. However, and kudos to Amazon, they've changed things a little bit. I was able to just click on there, and you click on a link over there to read the restricted products, to read about what's restricted. It was kind of interesting reading, and I actually did read it, and I got into a whole bunch of areas I just didn't know things were restricted on. And once you do that, they take the strike away from you. That's fair, because obviously for the last 25 years, you've been able to list February 1974 Playboy on Amazon. All of a sudden, out of the blue, it's restricted. You shouldn't get a strike for that. And they seem to have finally realized that. So I got to give them credit for that. They've actually improved that. And then they had another issue where I got busted for intellectual property for Hanna-Barbera Pebbles and Bam Bam Kids book. that had been on since 2013. Well, apparently using the term Hanna-Barbera is an intellectual property problem. I clicked on it. The listing page had been removed. However, I clicked on it. I changed the name. So I took Hanna-Barbera out of it. I submitted it. The strike disappeared. So they seem to be working with people now, not punishing you and letting you get out of these things that are obviously, not your fault. I didn't create the listing. It's been up for 10 years. To all of a sudden punish me now for something that's been listed for 10 years is crazy. They seem to finally have figured it out. So kudos to Amazon. I'm quite happy with that. McDonald's late last night. I don't blame her at all. You don't need any more fries. Updates and follow-ups. I didn't buy anything on Heritage this week. So apparently it was just a 1 week thing going on over there with Heritage prices being low. Friday, if you're not doing anything, do you know who Questlove is?
No.
Well, you can go over to Whatnot on Friday. He's going to be selling records.
Who is he?
A really, really big music star.
Oh, yeah.
I guess. But he will be appearing over on Whatnot on Friday. Good to know these things. So in case you are having an auction on Friday, especially in the record category, your bandwidth may not be quite so good on Friday. The chat might be, who knows? I don't know how many people Questlove draws, but just know that he's on there on Friday. And, well, Mr. Magazine is here, so he's going to mock me. The Whatnot yesterday was terrible. Did get a few new buyers, so that's a positive. But a lot of my regular buyers did not show up. Only 1 or 2 of my regular buyers showed up. It was not a very good show as far as sales go. Print ads were not selling this week, but it's spring break. And you kind of got to remember that. And I didn't remember that. I just scheduled it like a regular auction. And sales were not good. That being said, I know a lot of people will be holding auctions like on Easter Sunday or Thanksgiving Day, things like that. And they do fairly well because there are people sitting around wanting something to do. Just obviously not during spring break week to buy print ads. I know that's pretty amazing to you, random neighborhood kid. And we're going to head on into everybody's favorite thing. Oh, exactly. Thank you, Mr. Magazine. We're going to head on into everybody's favorite section, the big reveal. Yeah, $500. Yeah. North of 50, south of 80. There you go. Just south of 80. I think $79 or something rather like that. It was not a good show. But what are you going to do? Cabinet cards, it was slow. Okay, yep. But I think it's just the time of the year. Bad sales since Saturday. Yeah, and that was pretty much when spring break started. So, yep, I think that's absolutely what it was. Now we're going to head on into the big reveal for the main topic of the day. You excited? You excited, random neighborhood kid?
Can't wait.
Wow. You're on the edge of your seat there. I'm old. You're not so old. What do you feel, random neighborhood kid, your generation and the like, feel about side hustles? We used to call it moonlighting back in the day, and nobody uses that anymore.
Well, I feel like, what were side hustles when you were growing up?
There really weren't very many side hustles. The side hustle when I was growing up was pretty much a side job. Literally
like a weekend job, right?
A weekend job, or if you were working from 7 to 3, you'd get a job from 5 to 9 at night type deal.
Yeah.
There weren't, now if you had some kind of skills, which I didn't, but if you had some kind of skills,
still don't.
Thank you. If you had some kind of skills, you might do a carpentry job on a weekend, or you might do, hang your neighbor's gutters or that kind of thing and make an extra $50 on a weekend kind of deal. But generally speaking, there weren't DoorDash. There wasn't any of that kind of stuff. There wasn't eBay back then. I mean, another side hustle would be people would set up at flea markets. There were people that I'm going to call them professional garage sale havers. They would have 12 garage sales during the summer. Every weekend they'd have a garage sale because they'd go out during the off season or go to estate sales or go to auctions, buy stuff, and then sell it through the garage sale because there weren't the opportunities with eBay and all that stuff when I was growing up. Those things did not exist. So we were a lot more limited. But that being said, what do you feel about side hustles, especially now that you're out in the working world?
Yeah. Well, if I were to be like completely out on my own, like paying rent and stuff, like I would 100% need a side hustle. Of
Well,
some
if it
sort.
makes you feel good, I could charge you rent.
Yeah. Okay.
Just trying to help.
Yeah, but no, you definitely do need a side hustle. But what people are doing nowadays is like more digital side hustles because you could do it. You could do it while you're at your job. Really, like drop shipping, like you just set it up real easy. I mean, I don't know how legit it is, but like day trading, like digital side hustles are big now. Social media marketing, everything like that, all that stuff's big. But obviously, there still are like traditional side hustles.
Well,
that never changed.
Or even you're on a job site, you get off of work, you're driving home, you turn on the DoorDash or you turn on the Uber, or you turn on and you see if anybody needs a ride from where you are close to where you're going, because you're going that way anyway.
Yeah.
So you could sit there and you could say, hey, 2 blocks away, somebody needs a ride and they're going to the hospital, which is 6 blocks away from where I'm going to. Yeah, I can pick them up. I could drive them up there and then I get paid. Basically, I make a little bit of money for going home, for going a couple blocks out of my way. I think that it's a tremendous opportunity, and I've had side hustles pretty much, side jobs, all that stuff for a long time. And obviously I've got the eBay, the Amazon, and all that stuff right now. How about, I know at one point you were dabbling in picking stuff up and selling it on Facebook Marketplace and all that kind of stuff. How is that? Is that viable or is it difficult?
I think it's difficult. Most of the stuff that I've sold on Facebook Marketplace is stuff that I like purchased new and I used.
Okay, so you're selling your used, not household items, but like computer games, or computer
accessories or whatever. But like whenever I've gone out of my way to pick something up, like at Goodwill or something, and sell it on Facebook Marketplace, it never sells. And I don't know if that's because I'm bad at picking stuff up, and like I don't know what sells,
right?
Or no one wants to buy it. I don't know. Like no one wants to buy like anything like old junk on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe I'm selling on the wrong place,
right?
Or something. I don't know. Maybe I should be selling on eBay, but I can't sell on eBay.
Right.
It's, I don't know. Wrong platform, maybe. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. So how about your friends? Do they all have side hustles, or do they see the need for it, or are they still?
All my friends live at home.
Okay.
And they spend money like crazy. So.
Well, you can tell your friends to come on over to eBay and buy great products from Paper Going and Mr. Magazine. Okay, that was hardly the ringing endorsement that I expected on that. See what people are saying over there, and we'll head on into there.
Mr. Magazine washing and waxing cars.
Oh, there you go. You could do detailing and that. People did do that when they were, if you were good at that kind of deal. That was a little side hustle.
I could do it. Give me the Benz for a weekend.
There you go.
Let's see. Let's go back up a little bit.
Questlove is a drummer for the Roots, the band that played on Jimmy Fallon. Oh, thank you. There you go.
Baling hay, cleaning barns when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Those sound like fun side hustles, don't they?
Oh yeah.
How about the side hustle of like is Fiverr still a thing?
Fiverr?
I guess not if you don't know what it is.
No, I know what it is.
I
just haven't heard in forever. I feel like it's just like it's way too saturated. Like I feel like there's no like really like niche things on there. Like everyone, like there's so many, like if you want to go in there for like a video editor, there's so many. There's like millions of video editors on there.
Oh, okay.
So
graphic designers, all that stuff.
And like you don't know who's like good on there or anything. So
there's not a star service or a rating service on that. Even then, if somebody's got 3 ratings and they're good, it could be Now, obviously, if somebody's got 750 ratings and they're good,
I feel like it'd be really hard to find work on there unless you're someone that's already known. You know what I'm saying?
How about Cameo?
Yeah. Good luck.
That's my goal, is to be on Cameo someday.
Selling fireworks to classmates after summer vacation.
Oh yeah.
Bringing them to if I was to go to Pennsylvania, buy fireworks, bring them to New York.
So yeah, that's kind of illegal.
That's very illegal.
But hey, we all did. We did what we had to do back in the day. These are great. Some great side hustles. Moonlighting. Yep, it was a TV show. Moonlighting. Yep.
Scrapping. Oh man. I wish my foreman would let me take all the copper home.
Oh God, yes, you would be.
I would be loaded. But no, he wants to buy his pizza. Come on, dude. And subs. Oh my gosh.
But it's good though that you see the need for side hustles and that you see the need that when you're out on your own, you're definitely going to need to have it. And certainly you've got a good community here that if you did pick something or other up and you had questions, everybody here would be more than willing to help you, except me. Everybody else would be more than willing to help you, whatever that you needed to do on there, if you're out there, whatever. So that's good to know.
Paper boy.
No, I was not a paper boy.
Paper girl. Oh.
I wasn't able to. Do you know what a paper boy is?
Yeah.
Okay, goes house to house. Back in the day, nowadays, for the 7 people that still get newspapers, an adult drives around and delivers the paper. Back in the day, it was kids that would ride or walk, and every single day they would put the paper in somebody's front porch or wherever they went.
Or that they throw it, right? Like in the movies. That they throw it.
Yep, right through the picture glass window day after day after day.
No,
it never gets old.
That definitely wasn't that long ago, because I remember I used to take the mail out and I'd take the plastic thing it come in, like the tube thing, and I'd blow it up and make it like a balloon.
Nice.
You didn't say OnlyFans page? Yeah.
Enough.
I could wax my feet.
Oh.
80s paper boy with that wall of hair.
So it was a fun little thing. Or at least you're understanding it, and I think you're light years ahead of a lot of people in your generation. Just understanding that you absolutely do need it. I think a lot of people in your generation. Well, my theory, and tell me what you think about this. I think a lot of people in your generation, because the side hustle can be transient, and by that I mean I can sign up for Uber but I don't have to drive for Uber. But all of a sudden my buddy's getting married and wants me to go to Barbados on a destination wedding, and I need $1,000, and I know it's coming up in 6 months. I can drive heavy on Uber for 2 or 3 months on the side to make extra money. Is that kind of what goes through people's head as well? Like, in other words, as opposed to, I'm going to be driving an Uber all the time, I have a big expense coming up, so I'm going to drive an Uber, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. So it's kind of a stopgap. It fills the gap in that I know I need $1,000 just for this. Let me do this side hustle for a little while because I'm signed up for it anyway.
Yeah, I was on a job about like 2 or 3 months ago with a guy. He had a Prius, and after his 6 to 4, he'd go Uber because his mom was sick.
Okay.
So he'd have to like pay bills and stuff. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a tremendous opportunity that your generation has, and I know you and your generation are sick of hearing it from us old people, but that really is a tremendous opportunity you have that was not available to us. I probably would be dead right now if there's side hustles like that had been around, because I probably would have been working 120-hour weeks back then, just because of the way that I'm wired. You did say one thing to me one time that basically I'm like a robot when I'm working, just work. Just the way I'm wired, but you tend to have a little more fun than I have, which is maybe good, maybe bad. I don't know.
It's good.
I don't know.
It's a goy.
Indeed, a goy is a Gentile. Indeed, it is, and I am.
Marketplace is full of people selling
liquidated merchandise. That market is getting saturated. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I've never bought anything on there. I've searched once or twice on there, and I don't know, is Craigslist still a thing? I searched once or twice on there and never found anything on there either.
I don't really look at like products like that. I just look at like rentals and like cars and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's all it's good for me.
Yeah, you're not going to be looking for 1910s library of books. No, paper 7 days a week. Sundays were tough. Oh, I can imagine. Oh yeah, do you know why Sundays were tough?
No.
It was the big paper.
Oh yeah.
And if you were a kid, that would have been really, really heavy on Sundays, because everybody used to the paper, instead of being 4 sections, was like 8 or 9 sections. And then there were all these advertisements in there. So if the normal paper was this thick, the Sunday paper was like that. Now multiply that by 50 or 60 people.
You got to carry that all around.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I helped my cousin deliver papers a few times, and it was not fun. Except he gave me some money, so that was fun. Greeting card packets of garden seeds, mowed lawns, and there you go. Never sold grit door to door. Grit was a newspaper that always advertised, you can make a lot of money selling grit.
Oh yeah.
Your grandma probably bought it.
There's a sign on the end of the street over here that says, what is it? Lawn rolling and aerating.
Oh yeah.
And aerating is where they just come through and they stab your lawn, right? Like that's so easy. I'll do it for free.
There you get your anger out.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Well, thank you. And thank you, everybody. It's kind of cashing aluminum cans is what I did. Yep. And glad to hear everybody did have the side hustles. That's great. Now we're going to head on into the rambling story of the week. Do you have one, Paperboy? Paperboy does not have one. Do you have one?
Do I have a rambling story? No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Tell us some fun stories now that you're out in the working world. What are you doing now, Random Neighborhood Kid? What's your trade at this point?
Electrical.
Yeah. Where they got you going to nowadays?
An abandoned boot factory.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't you say like there were like single boots around there and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was like, well, I only saw like one pair, but there were like these really old boots. And I was looking at them and they were like low top boots, like brown low top boots. They looked pretty nice, but they were just like completely covered in dirt because they were just sitting in like, I think they were sitting up on the roof.
Oh.
So they were like the sole was like detaching from it.
Oh, okay, right.
So,
right.
but you know, I was looking to see if it might be valuable or not.
Right. Oh, that's good.
It would take a lot of like
TLC
yeah,
to make
TLC,
it
yeah.
Yeah. And then you told us now the neighborhood this is in is not.
Oh, it's terrible.
The greatest.
No, it's terrible.
And you told a story to me that I want you to share very quickly about a plumber and his vehicle.
Oh, okay.
The only one that listens?
Plumber's vehicle.
You were just like Mr. Magazine.
Yeah. So I was going outside one day because we had like a delivery of wire, and I look out and there's like this car parked in the middle of the street, and he was out there for like 10 minutes, just parked in the middle of the street.
Okay.
And I think nothing of it. We do the delivery, we take the wire inside, whatever. And I overheard like a story from the plumbers. They were all talking. And there was a guy, like the guy from the car. He actually had his car jacked up. I didn't see at the time, but his car was jacked up, and he was stealing a tire off one of the plumber's cars. And the police came, and like they legit didn't do anything about it. Like they ran the car. He left the car there. It was stolen.
Well, it's nice of him though that he stole a car and then he was maintaining it.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very nice of that gentleman.
Yeah, getting him new wheels.
Getting him new rims and tubs and wheels and everything. Wow. So I don't even know what to say to that. That's just outrageous.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So how do you like being out in the working world?
I think it's all right. It's just, I mean, I can see why people want to escape it. But I'm definitely not at that point yet where I want to escape it. But definitely in like the next like decade, I'll be looking for my way out.
Well, you need something or other to put a roof over your head, but
whatever
it happens to be, right? Yep.
Well, I'm just not gonna jump out there. I'm gonna figure out a plan.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty good idea. All right, everybody, we're gonna have him read through, see if anybody else said anything there he wants to bring on up, and then we'll head on out of here.
Just over
Afternoon Times Union. Red Apple playing Pac-Man. Oh yeah, back when it was a quarter a game. How much money would you have, Random Neighborhood Kid, if you had to pay a quarter per game to play your games?
Oh, nothing. Especially if you ask like, or if freshman me had to do it, or like sophomore me. He's always getting video games.
Trying to sell grit, but I need to get working paper. Really? Oh wow. Wow, that's crazy. They didn't tell you that in the comic books. Unloaded produce trucks. Oh, that's work. And I worked there after school. That's manly work. They're unloading produce trucks. Woo.
Piggly Wiggly.
That was a grocery store chain.
I like
wow.
Diet Pirates.
There you go. It's
Captain Morgan.
And yep.
Diet Coke.
Yep. Look at how do you know that? Jeez.
Big bar guy.
Trade 6 figures. Yeah, big bar guy. Yeah. There's better money in the trades than there is peddling these old magazines that I'm peddling, but I'm a little too old to learn a skill, so we'll just keep doing what I do.
I don't know where he's seeing the big money, but I'm definitely not getting the big money.
Yeah, but you just started.
Yeah.
You just started.
How many weeks and days to retirement? Too many to count, really. At this point.
Probably. Probably. To anybody that cares, I literally have to punch in and work 196 more days, but who's counting? So we're down into where we're counting days that I actually have to work. Now, obviously, I'm not counting weekends. I'm not counting holidays, vacation days, that kind of thing. But 196 more days I need to punch into work. So got it down to there. There you go. 196 days, but who's counting? All right, everybody. Hit the like button. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Random Neighborhood Kid. You did a great job. Thank you, Mr. Magazine. He'll be back next week as well. Thank you, everybody, for coming on by. We definitely do appreciate it. It was a fun little show today, a little unorthodox, but we had a lot of fun. And we're going to get him some allergy medicine. So there we go. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.